How's it going, everybody? This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer on SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Thank you guys so much for stopping in today. As you guys would know, we've been talking about player expectations for the Kansas City Chiefs for the better part of around 10 episodes. I would even say go as far as more. But we are just going to put a pin in that series right now because I want to talk about something that I have yet to kind of give my opinion on since doing this podcast. As I've become more comfortable into this position, I feel like it's better to bring up more interesting topics, not just playing it safe. So with that being said, today we're going to be talking about the big question on everyone's mind that has always circulated since Patrick Mahomes has become one of the best quarterbacks we've seen since Tom Brady. Can Patrick Mahomes, at one point when the career is all said and done, will he be known as behind Brady, tied with Brady, or will he, Patrick Mahomes, be known as the greatest quarterback of all time? Now, before we get into that, as you guys know, Chiefs Kingdom, they start their training camp on the 21st of July. The first practice is on the 22nd, and it goes into mid-August as we get closer and closer to the 2025 NFL campaign. I hope that you guys are excited. I know I am. So let's dive into my thoughts on how Patrick Mahomes, or if he can, surpass Tom Brady. The easy answer and the short answer to this, but I will elaborate just due for time, is we haven't seen enough yet. I think that, 7 is obviously the Super Bowl total title that you have to reach, and that's how many Tom Brady has had. However, if you have Patrick Mahomes, who has got 3 Super Bowl championships in the first 9 seasons of his career. Tom Brady had 3 Super Bowl championships to start and then began to get the other 4 later into his career. There has been a proposal that came out earlier this offseason that kind of said, well, maybe the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, he's already got his 3, and then he's going to wait a decade to win another. Because as you know, Tom Brady, he won his Super Bowl championship, his third Super Bowl championship in 2004, and then didn't win it again until 2014. Patrick Mahomes, that's why people are claiming another piece to the puzzle as to why people are assuming and claiming that the Chiefs dynasty has come to an end. As we know, though, Patrick Mahomes wants to leave all that talk and hypothetical on the field. There is no love lost at all, or, there's no disrespect when it comes to Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. In fact, I wrote an article earlier this offseason talking about what Tom Brady said about Patrick Mahomes. He was asked by Kevin Hart in a ice bath whether or not he believes Tom Brady, is there anybody that he thinks can surpass him as being deemed the greatest of all time? And this is what Brady said. He said, I just think Patrick. I love his mentality. The great players that I've played with, Patrick has their mentality. He has the will to win. He's got a desire every time he takes the field to be a great leader. I listen to what guys say after they win. I listen to what guys say after they lose. Everything he says is the right thing. That's what I really appreciate. I know he's really connected to his teammates. So he's got a great organization, got a great coach, got a great general manager, great ownership. They have the parts around him, meaning that the greatest of all time believes that if Patrick Mahomes can continuously keep the Chiefs on a winning path throughout the remainder of his career, even the greatest of all time believes that Patrick Mahomes could eventually be putting his name real close in the history books. And I would go as far as saying that if the Kansas City Chiefs do make the Super Bowl this year, which would be the fourth straight Super Bowl that they've made in a row. And this time they end up winning it. Not only does that cement the Chiefs as a team not to doubt until they are proven to be dethroned, or you got to beat the man to be the man, and no one has beat the man yet. I would expect that the conversation will take a huge leap forward for Patrick Mahomes if he becomes a 4-time Super Bowl champion this season. Because then he's just got to get 3. Brady played for a long time. Patrick Mahomes is turning 30 years old relatively here soon. He's going into the latter half of his career while still having his prime. He's got the head coach like Tom Brady had. He's got the pieces around him. I do think that if he stays healthy, Patrick Mahomes, that is, he stays healthy, and the Kansas City Chiefs continue to feed the protection around him, whether it be on the offensive line, giving him long-term contracted with his wide receivers so they can keep that connection while they're both in their prime, or while those two groups are in their prime. I think that there is a world down the line that we may be living in, ladies and gentlemen, where there will be a generation saying that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest football player, greatest quarterback of all time. But like I said, to begin this rant, to begin this opinionated piece, there has not yet been enough. We can obviously pick up and continue the conversation should Patrick Mahomes win another Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs within the next few seasons, because then 4 is obviously greater than 3, and he would be on a pace to add perhaps another Super Bowl ring more than Tom Brady. But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping in today and listening to what I had to say. We will be getting back to our expectation series tomorrow. I just wanted to come on here today and give my 2 cents of that, given that Patrick Mahomes said that he's already been speaking with Tom Brady a lot this offseason. So from one GOAT to a developing GOAT, it's cool to see that kind of thing, and I wanted to address that while that's hot in everyone's mind. But with that being said, be sure you follow me over on X at Dom Minchella. I post and repost every single day. You are not going to want to miss any coverage that we've got going forward as training camp looms around the corner, as well as follow us over on X at KC Chiefs on SI, where all of our stories get posted every single day. Coverage is 100% free. And if you're watching this on sports videos on SI, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, though, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next week. As always, be kind to one another. Goodbye.